forgot the bait clicker. Welcome to Water and Ice Outdoors. Tonight we are out on the Minnesota River and we're catfishing. It's finally able to shore fish the Minnesota River, and one thing I love about the summer is catfishing. It's just awesome coming out here with a couple buddies, setting up some rod holders, throwing out some cut bait, and just sitting around relaxing, having a couple beers, waiting for some catfish to bite. It's an absolute blast. If you haven't tried it, definitely give it a shot. You don't have to buy expensive equipment to do it. You don't have to have a boat. It's fun from a boat as well. You can get to some different places, but bank fishing is definitely, I think, the way to go. It's a blast. Stay tuned. We're going to get on some good fish. Forgot the bait clicker. Got him?
Yeah.
Nice, Ken. Hooked up. Almost lost a rod.
Oh, shit.
He's still there. Just keep reeling him. No?
Yeah, it's still there.
Keep pulling him, otherwise they'll bring you into snags. Jeez, one just jumped up there. It's a good one, or you snag? He got you in a snag? Dang. Is the fish still there?
I don't think so. It's right here, too.
I'd say you have waders on, but it's pretty damn muddy. Did you get it? Is he still on?
I think so.
Yes! This might be a nice fish, man. Oh yeah, he's on. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's a decent one. Well, he's kind of small, but he's all right. Good start. 3-pounder maybe. Well, quick release. Or do you want that one?
Nah. I hope we catch another one. Good start, though.
Yeah, heck yeah. 2 hits in the first 10 minutes and landed one. It's a good start. There he goes. Even got him off the snag.
Yeah.
One of the reasons I love catfishing in the summer is because you can do it from the shore or on a boat. You don't have to have an expensive boat or expensive gear to do catfishing. All you need is a heavy action rod, some heavy sinkers, 3 to 5 ounces. Come out to the shores of your local river and get some cut suckers and you're good to go. So I'm going to give you a few tips today on how I like to catfish, and they should produce some fish for you. First thing, the rod and the reel. This rod is a cheap rod. It's a Shakespeare Ugly Stick. I think it's about 40 bucks. Like I said, you don't have to spend a ton of money to go catfishing. These rods are going to get dirty, they're going to get beat up, especially if you're shore fishing. My reel is an Okuma Avenger, and it's got a bait feeder system, so it's got like a kind of like a saltwater clicker on it, so the fish can take your bait and run with it, and you'll hear a clicking sound, so you'll know when to set the hook. What I rig on here is basically a Carolina rig. So you're going to get a sinker, either a bank sinker or a no-roll sinker. I like no-rolls. Bank sinkers work real well because you can clip them on these little sliders like this. But you want the slider, or you want a sinker that can have the line pass through it. And I've got 80-pound braided line on here, and then I have it going to a swivel. As you can see, this is a 120-pound swivel, and then I've got it going to 80-pound braided line leader. And then I have a 7/0 Gamakatsu circle hook, and you can use anywhere, depending on the fish in your area, you can use anywhere from a 4/0 to an 8/0 or a 10/0. We've got some pretty big flathead and pretty big channel cats in this river, so I like to use the bigger hooks, and we use bigger baits so we can try and get those bigger fish, so that's why we like the bigger hooks. Next is what kind of bait we're using. depending on your regulations, and I highly advise you to check your local regulations so you're not breaking any laws with live bait, because live bait is the best source of bait for catfishing. I like to use cut bait. You can use suckers, bluegills, bullheads, sheep's head. Just make sure that you check your local regulations so you know which is legal for you to use. Here in Minnesota, we can't use bluegill. That's a fantastic flathead bait, also cut bait for channels and blue catfish as well. So what we use here, or what I like to use, are bigger sucker minnows here, like this one. And then I'll cut the head off and use about 2 or 3 body sections off these sucker minnows. Here's how I like to rig my head. This is just a big sucker head on that 7-aught gamakatsu circle, and I hook them through the chin and out the nose. And you don't want a ton of meat in this hook. You want that gap exposed. And also, when you're using body sections, make sure that you don't have a scale on the tip of your hook, on the sharp point of your hook, because that can hurt your hook sets as well. So, and you just cast it right out, let it sit. We've got rod holders out here from Cabela's. They run about $7, $8, and you let it sit and let it soak. And when a catfish comes along, they take your bait and they run with it, just like that, as you can hear. Just like that, guys. That couldn't have been better timing. Ken's got one hooked up here. There he goes. It's a nice fish.
Bigger than the last one.
Oh, he's running sideways. That's good. Yeah, he's fighting you nice. Oh yeah, that's a nice one. Yeah. There's a nice fish. That's about a 5-6 pounder probably. And that's why catfishing is so fun, guys. You can just sit on the bank, relax, start a bonfire, or sit in your boat with rod holders, and you can catch these things all night long. It's a blast. It's a nice one.
Good start.
I'd say 5-6 pounder.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Great fish.
All right, I'm gonna throw it back.
Well, guys, camera wasn't running, but we got a nice one here. That's a long one. That's a real long one, actually. Might be one of the longest one I've ever caught. $10, $12, 10 pounder, guys. Pretty good. Took off with it, that's for sure. One last look, guys, before we let him go. Nice fish. Sweet, man. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it. that weight. I'll put it down so it doesn't get you. That one's pretty fat though.
Yeah, I don't think it's quite as heavy as the last one.
Watch the mud. He's fat though. All right, guys, got another pretty good one. Probably 7-8 pounds, maybe 6-7 pounds. Another pretty good fish. That's about what, 4 or 5 now on the night. Starting to get bigger now that the sun's down. Come off? Was there one on?
I don't think so.
Now is it there?
Oh yeah, no.
I was gonna say he's swimming at you. He totally swam at you.
I don't think it's as big as yours.
I was gonna say with a run like that, that's gotta be on.
Yeah, it's not a very big one.
They'll kind of stop though and then start fighting again. He's pulling a little bit. Did he just jump?
I think so.
Oh, it's like the second one. It's like the other one I got. It's our second 10-pounder of the day. Been a good night. Don't fall in.
It's like a mudslide down there.
They'll go. Nice fish.
God, that was good. I just didn't. It's so weird.
Yeah, they do that sometimes. It's just a blast to come out here, sit on the edge of a river or in your boat with a buddy, and just wait for fish to bite. We've just got a deep hole out here in front of us. That's what we targeted. If you're going for channel cats, you want to find those holes. If you're going for flatheads, during the summer, they like wooden structures, so laydowns, fallen trees, sunken trees. So you want to throw in either the front or the back of those trees. And bullheads and bluegill are a great live bait for flatheads. And then blue catfish also like those holes. Cut skipjack, cut bluegill, any kind of cut bait is just great for channel cats, blue cats, and at some points of the year, flatheads as well. So hope this helps you guys out. I hope you try catfishing because it's an absolute blast. You don't have to spend a ton of money to do it, which is my favorite reason to catfish. So thanks for watching. I'm Pete from Modern Ice Outdoors. We'll see you on the next one. Don't fall in.
It's like a mudslide down there.
They'll go.